What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and another week has gone by, which means more information has leaked regarding this whole 6ix9ine situation and him snitching on Treyway. But before we get into that, be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. A link is in the description below for both. As time has gone on when it comes to the 6ix9ine case, a lot of information has leaked out that wasn't supposed to leak out. Usually in cases like this that involve the FBI and murder charges and whatever gun charges, things that are serious, information doesn't come out. But for some reason regarding 6ix9ine, it is coming out. And today, a bunch of papers from when 6ix9ine snitched on January 23rd has come out. It's a whole transcript of 47 pages going over the whole thing. Now, I'm not going to bore you with reading all 47 pages. Matter of fact, a lot of it is just 6ix9ine saying, yes, your honor, no, your honor, and not doing much talking. He explains what I explained in my last video of him snitching and saying, I'm part of 9Trey and I got involved, on this date and I committed these crimes. Basically the same thing being regurgitated, but there is some other interesting stuff that I want to point out. On page 9 of the 47 pages, 6ix9ine decides to reveal that he suffered some sort of post-traumatic stress or some sort of mental illness from the fact that his stepfather got murdered basically right in front of his eyes. Most people don't know that in 2010, when 6ix9ine was only 13 years old, his stepfather got murdered right across the street from him. Someone came up to him and said, hey, your dad's laying on the ground, basically dead. He went over there and saw his own stepfather dead, bleeding out. And this is something that caused post-traumatic stress disorder for him. He said he's been diagnosed with all kinds of things. And in these court documents, the judge asks 6ix9ine if he's mentally stable to basically snitch on his crew members. Because if someone decides to reveal information about someone else, they have to be mentally stable to do so. So I'm going to read page 9 of the 47 pages, and it goes like this. The court: thank you, you may be seated. Mr. Hernandez, do you understand that you are now under oath, and that if you answer any of my questions falsely, your answers to my questions may be used against you in another prosecution for perjury? The defendant, who's 6ix9ine, says, yes, your honor. What is your full name? Daniel Hernandez. How old are you? I'm 22 years old. How far did you go in school? I believe the 10th grade. Where was that? Legacy High School on 13th Street, Union Square in Manhattan. The court: have you ever been treated or hospitalized for any mental illness? The defendant, who's 6ix9ine, says, yes, sir. What was that? I believe in 2011, 2012, around that time. The court: and briefly, what was the nature of the alignment in question? 6ix9ine then says, it was depression and post-traumatic stress for the murder of my father. Biologically, though, that's his stepfather, not his real father. Then it continues on page 10. The court says, I'm very sorry to hear about that, and you said that the treatment concluded by about 2012. 6ix9ine says, yeah, 2008 and 2010, around 2011, 2012, I started becoming just rebelling and not showering, like depression stuff. The court: and what was the result of the treatment you had in 2011, 2012? 6ix9ine says, they gave me Zoloft and other medication, but I never took it. My mom used like Mexican remedies. The court: all right, well, did the depression and post-traumatic stress symptoms go away? He says, yeah. Court says, all right. Yes, your honor. He says, since 2012, have you been treated for any mental illness? He says, no, your honor. All right. Are you now, or have you recently been under the care of a doctor or a psychiatrist? No, your honor. Have you ever been hospitalized or treated for addiction to any drugs or alcohol? No, your honor. So as you can tell, 6ix9ine is not using what happened to him when he was younger as an excuse, but he did say it did cause depression and it caused him to rebel, which led to the actions of what's going on now. And something like that happening to you at such a young age and being able to understand it at the age of 13 can definitely change your outlook on life and change your attitude towards things. So I don't see it as an excuse, but I also see it as somewhat of an excuse. It can be, because everything impacts people differently. Some people will move on and become an even better person. Some people will start to rebel and act out. Now, another interesting thing is on page 29 and 30. In these pages, it basically says since 6ix9ine has decided to cooperate with the police and the feds and all that and decide to tell everything that's going on, he's not going to face any charges on the 9 counts that he was facing. But, it's a little more trickier than that, but let's read these pages and see exactly what it says. It says at the bottom, the defendant's obligations under this agreement are as follows: that he shall truthfully and completely disclose all information of the activities of himself and others to the U.S. Attorney's Office, that he will cooperate fully with the New York City Police Department, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Homeland Security Investigation, and any other law enforcement agency, that he shall attend all meetings of the office, that he shall provide to the office upon request any document, that he shall truthfully testify before the grand jury or at any trial, that he shall bring to the office's attention all crimes which he had committed, and that he shall commit no further crimes. If the defendant does this, the office, and this is detailed on pages 4 and 5 of the agreement, agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crimes set forth in counts 1 through 9 of the superseding information, as well as additional crimes the defendant has told the government about. This is crazy, and the part that's most interesting is agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crimes set forth in counts 1 through 9, and that's all of the counts that he admitted to. So if he does all this, cooperates, I believe on January 2020, he's actually going to be a free man. If that happens, it's going to be very interesting to see how 6ix9ine handles this whole situation. Vlad TV recently got an interview with 6ix9ine's baby mama. She went over this exact page and believes that he's going to get out without facing any jail time. So if she believes that, Vlad's lawyers have looked over it. I've read this, and it's clear as day that 6ix9ine is definitely going to get out of this. So those are the interesting things that I noticed in these documents that were released out of those 47 pages. As we all know, Shotty and the rest of the crew that got locked up are getting their trial on September 4th. 6ix9ine is now looking to face what his sentencing is on January 2020. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to keep you guys updated as I usually do. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of all of this. Is the feds going to cooperate with those documents and actually give him no prison time? That will be crazy if that happens. Will he be able to continue his music career as it once was? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $1 a month or more, you can help support this channel further. A link is in the description below. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. I do videos like this daily on hip-hop news and much more, so definitely subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. Like us on Facebook. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.